taken away from you and be given to those who produce its fruit. These are the last words in this week's gospel, and it reminds us that it doesn't matter what we call ourselves, it doesn't matter what group we belong to. All that matters is where our hearts are and what we do or the fruit that we produce. So Jesus tells this story in the gospel of a man that owns a vineyard, and he does everything he needs to do so that the vineyard produces good fruit. But then he goes away, and while he's away, he rents out the vineyard to some tenants. And the people that he rented it out to ruin everything. And he tells us that if we're not careful, then we Catholics, we Christians, will wind up being the people that ruined things in the story. We've been hearing this message of warning a lot the past few weeks. Jesus continually telling the higher-ups, the priests, the elders, those who teach others, those who are in authority, that they are losing out on the kingdom of God because of their vanity, because of their pride, because of the judgment they have for others. And for us today, whether we're Catholics or Protestants, any of us who thinks that we have some kind of golden ticket to heaven or to any sort of good life that we are entitled to because we're checking all the right boxes, Jesus is telling us no, that we have that totally backwards. The kingdom of God is not about the title of Catholic or Christian. It's not about checking the box of going to Mass each week, although that's necessary and a good thing to do. The kingdom of God, as we're reminded this week, is about living in a way that produces the fruit of the Spirit. And part of that way to live is what Paul tells us in the second reading. Paul says to put anxiety aside and instead be filled with thanks and gratitude. He says to constantly do what is true, what is honorable, what is just, what is pure, what is lovely, and what is gracious. And if we can do these things, Paul says, then the peace of God will be in us. In the things that Paul mentions, there's no room for judgment, for resentment, for hatred, or for pride. So let's test ourselves this week. How can we be more true, more honorable, just, pure, lovely, more gracious in everything that we do, so that we can produce good fruit and bring forth the kingdom of heaven here, right now, on earth? God bless you. Have a wonderful week. See you next time.
We hope you like this video. Please click subscribe and ring the bell to be notified every time we post something new for you. God bless.